How deep can you pour aircrete? Spoiler alert, more than 10 feet. And this was a surprise to me, probably was to you too. I've heard 3 feet for quite some time, and I've just repeated it like a little robot without ever questioning the source data. But yesterday we questioned it, and now we know better. I've also heard 1 foot from a very reputable aircrete site, but that particular site uses dish soap based aircrete, which it may be true. Maybe you can't pump regular aircrete made out of dish soap more than 1 foot. It's definitely not true of Drexel foaming agent, which is what I was using. So let me just get into how we determined this. Now, our methodology was to take a plastic pipe and stand it upright and fill it with aircrete. And then what we would do is, when it was dry, we'd chop it into even sections and weigh them. And our expectation would be the one at the top would be the lightest, the one at the bottom would be the heaviest, and everything would fall onto a scale in between. And that way, instead of us telling you how far you could pour aircrete, you could decide for yourself based on the data that we provided. The pluses of being more dense would be it would be stronger aircrete, but the minuses would be that it would have less insulation value, and of course it would take more aircrete to make. And with that data, you could just decide how deep you're going to pour it. Now, the reason we expected this gradation was because of hydrostatic pressure. Up here at the surface there's none, and as you go down the pressure increases. So at the bottom you'd have the most hydrostatic pressure, and the air bubbles would be squashed the most, therefore making the bottom the densest. And we did find that there was a gradation between the top and the bottom, but we also found out that even at 10 feet the increased density was virtually negligible. That is to say, we averaged up all the weights, and the top and the bottom one were less than 3% different from the average weight of the pour. So in aircrete, that's the same as no difference at all. So even though we don't know yet how deep you can pour it, we know that it is at least 10 feet.